I thought he was fantastic in that game. Maybe he gets like a hard hat or something.
Yeah, I don't know what they give away, but he'd get that puck for sure. They'll make a little plaque like behind me and frame it up for him, which is pretty neat. But that guy just seems to be kind of all over the place offensively too. Hey, like I'm loving the guy. He's got grit. He's got a work ethic. He can finish. He seems to go to the right places. I think he like when we talk about teams that do well in the playoffs and they win the Stanley Cup and have all that success, they have that depth where they can roll lines there. They'll have a game where their fourth line like steps up and majorly contributes to the win. So you don't have to rely on your big boys every single night. And to have that depth and see it coming from Lorentz and his background and his story about, being just in love with the Maple Leafs and wanting nothing more than to play for them as his boyhood dream, to see it come to fruition and for him to have success so early on is, he's looking like a really sneaky great addition this year.
When's the last time a fourth liner on the Maple Leafs played over 15 minutes? Because that's what happened with Lorentz, man. He played 15:07. You see his yearbook from back in the day. It said, "Where are you going to be in 15 years?" He said, "Playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs." To live that out's incredible to me.
That's awesome. It's like reminds me when Johnny T signed and he's got his Leafs bedspread and whatnot. They were showing him a little bit with his Leafs pajamas and the Matt Sundin poster behind him. So I like that stuff, man. Where guys get to live out their dream, especially when it's specific to the team they rooted for growing up, and when it's Toronto, especially. That passion runs deep. So pretty neat for him, but. Yeah, obviously Berube's got some confidence in him, likes what he does, and if he's trying to establish a way to play, I think that Lorentz embodies that, and he's showcasing that and wanting it to rub off on others by giving him so many minutes. Yeah, there's not a lot of fourth line guys that are pushing those kind of minutes, and like I said, if you can roll them like that and rely and have reason to keep turning those guys over. I think it's a really good place to be when you have that type of depth. And it's 2 games only, obviously, but just the way this guy conducts himself, his attitude, his energy seems to be kind of contagious. And then to be producing, and like I said, he's getting lots of opportunities. I notice him all the time, getting chances, being in the ozone, just kind of buzzing and being everywhere. And I think that the proof's in the pudding that is making Craig Berube, a happy man behind the bench as he's just feeding him minutes.
Nothing flashy about his game, but yeah, to look on the ice with like 3 minutes left, it's a 4-2 game, and who's on the ice? It's Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, and Steven Lorentz. Like I can't recall a time where a fourth liner, he played 15:07 on Thursday night, and that just speaks volumes to how the coaching staff feels about this guy already. I just could wonder, like, why did every team pass? Like, this guy didn't even get a contract in the offseason. He had to earn a PTO with the Maple Leafs, earn his way on the roster, sign a deal for $775, and lo and behold, he's one of the more trusted forwards early on in the season. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if this continues, if he's a guy that you can rely on and that you just look straight towards when there's 2.5 minutes left and you're up by one, and or you just got scored on, you need a bump up shift, or the odd time he can put up some points or create some opportunities in the offensive zone. If he's that guy that you just look to for positive things, and there's just no real downside, I mean, if that continues, you're gonna look back, and that's gonna be one hell of a pickup. And I don't think that I'm just so surprised that Tree Living gets any flack from anybody, to be honest with you. He came here, needed to make some changes. You look at the roster, and whether it's a piece like Lorentz or whether it's Stoli, or you look at our decor now, and some of the different weapons they have there. I don't think he gets enough credit. And if anyone's like upset with him, I'm just like, what the hell would you have done? Like, really, I think he's done a hell of a good job, and in the short amount of time he's here. And there's no better place to look than Lorentz. Like, why did no one else see this? Obviously Tree Living did. Didn't even have to like commit to him, just said, yeah, come here on a PTO, let us take a look at you. And so far he's taken that opportunity, and he looks damn good.
I think the Leafs obviously had a pretty good understanding of the player when they signed into a PTO. I think if you recall, as soon as he signed the PTO in camp, you got the feeling this guy's going to be here for a while. Like, sometimes you see guys on PTOs, you're like, this is not going to work out, he's not going to make the team. But from the onset, it really felt like they had a place in vision for Lorentz. And to his credit, he earned his opportunity. I just love his passion. I love how badly he wanted to be a Toronto Maple Leaf. I love the fact that he was a Leaf fan growing up, and he's been exceptional. Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.